We're back playing more Voidigo now. We're gonna just do a couple dozen runs, see if we can get some lengthy loops going. Let's hope so, anyway. Oh, this game is so huge on my monitor. I never realized it before now. It's a massive game. I think we should also choose something else. Let's maybe... I have wanted to go with some melee, but I feel like going melee in this game is a bit of a... bit diffy. Really depends on... oh god. Holy crap. Yeet. Yeah, I feel like going melee in this game is still a bit not too strong. It takes like a lot of RNG to get the right items that you need. Because otherwise you're just going to get like bullets and stuff. It's also much harder than obviously just shooting your opponents, so... Yeet. I mean, I suppose you can play it like, you're playing some melee game. Honestly, I just need to learn to do this while also, you know, bringing in the jumps and doing all the usual movement tricks. And also not getting hit. That would help. I can jump while blocking. Great. Can I, oh, okay, so I can interrupt my swings with the shielding, which is quite nice. Oh, it's, you. I keep forgetting what you're actually called, though. Great. Oh. Hey, I wanted those. Ooh, speaking of getting melee weapons, that's me now 100% Mad Max. Yo, 100% at Mad Max? Damn, before I even did a fourth stream on it. Yeah, I will get back onto Mad Max at some point, but I'm not sure when. I wouldn't hold your breath on it being consistent. Maybe soon, though. Maybe soon. Once we're done with playing a bit of Voidigo. Ah! Rictus Erectus. Oh my god, is the game being like really, really loud? Or is it just me? Do keep me posted on the audio situation, as usual. Yeet. No idea. It's, oh my god, it's another one! So find out something interesting. Lord Scotus is the son of Immortan Joe. Really? Is that canon? Also, you can melee while actually dodging, so... like, you can actually do some pretty insane stuff. I keep forgetting about this. There's a lot of good techniques you can do with melee that normally you wouldn't be able to do. Or at least you think you wouldn't be able to do. I'm not sure if it already is an option. I could be dumb. I kind of wish I could change back to the press instead of the hold. Because I personally never had a problem with accidentally, you know, doing something I didn't want to do. Ow. Yeah, it would just be nice to get the option to just disable that. Oh, I mean, of course, I gotta go with the Hurricane. Oh, but Crystal Impacts is also really good, I think. Or at least I think Crystal Impacts is really good. I could be wrong. from the small amount that I played with it, it actually seemed really, really good. It's a like actually kind of a fun item. Oh. Yeah, we need to go to the left. Oh, no, never mind. We need to go to the right. This is where Jesus. Chase. Jace. Oh, jeez. What do you have for me? I mean, I kind of want rats, but I don't think I can actually use rats. I'll take the Pyro Souls because I can actually make use of those. I don't think I can make use of any of the other items he has. Because it's, you know, it's the bullet lotions, and we're not exactly firing bullets, are we? Both of them are here. But I would love to see some full melee run to this game with some people who are actually really damn good at it, because I feel like that would be insane. You're gonna want to watch Fury Road when I'm up? Mark the rerun of me coming up. Yeah, we could do something like watch Fury Road again. We'll see. There might be something more interesting to watch. Ah! Something more appropriate. Yates! Ugh! I feel like Hurricane Soul isn't actually doing anything. Usually Hurricane Soul does like the big shockwave. Oh, I hit my microphone. You wouldn't have heard that though because I've optimized my settings. Oh! Yeah, you wouldn't have heard it. Also, I am getting like no currency. I just realized this all of a sudden. I'm getting nothing. Is it just because I'm not going around the maps like hitting everything? Or something? Hmm. Because it really feels like I'm just not getting any money. Normally I'd be in like the 20s at this point. Oh no, I bought something. Right, hang on. I did get money, I just I didn't remember that I actually bought some stuff. Oh my god, that's such a good strat. Holy shit. Okay, so you know, I have crystal impacts, and I think I also have stalactite impacts now. So whenever I jump on an enemy, like an explosive crystal, and I think stalactites appear from below them and damage them, if I just keep jumping on the boss, they like actually just get destroyed. Oh god. That's kind of insane, actually. Wait, where am I? Oh, I need to go up. Ah. Luckily, that's where one of the bosses is, so we're gonna get to Skudookie them. Yeet. Oh, it's wherever I jump. Okay. Like, just look at that. Oh, oh my god! Look at this damage! Holy shit! Well, the audio sounds great today. Nice. Stabbed to death. I wasn't even doing that many melee attacks. I was just doing the jumping. Holy crap, that's a powerful thing. We don't actually, we even don't need ammo. So, I'm hoping that the audio sounds great today because I finally figured out how the compressor works. I finally like brute forced my way through it and just figured, fuck, I'm just gonna learn how it works. I'm gonna fuck with it for like an hour and then just, you know, do that. So if you don't know how a compressor is supposed to work, what a compressor typically does is it takes the low parts of something it boosts them up. And then it takes the high parts of something and then it boosts them down so that everything sounds more even. Basically, it ensures that you know, whenever you're speaking, you have a consistent volume across the entirety of your you know, your vocal. There are ways to like overdo it. You can overcompress and everything sounds mushy. You can undercompress and it just won't do anything, which is what I was doing for a majority of the time. Like a gun compressor, but with a mic, basically. Let's go with the chili. So that's what a compressor is supposed to do. And, for the past, like, what would it be, months or so, I've been trying to get the compressor to work on, like, on and off, or just a compressor, any of them, because I've downloaded a few. And I felt like I just couldn't get it to work whatsoever, no matter what I tried. And I eventually figured out that it's well, yesterday or so, I figured out it's kind of just my problem, you know? I just don't know how they work, and I don't know, like, what settings are good for my microphone. Oh, wait, no! I got a bunch of stuff from... Aw, I forgot about that. So, basically it means that if I ever shout, it doesn't sound that much louder than if I'm speaking like this. And I think I finally got it to work. You're making your first moves to get a computer. Nice. You will hurt yourself. But yet you venture on into the unknown. So, as an example, let me just show you how this compressor works. It might fail when I do this, but, you know, if I'm talking kind of quietly, kind of normally, it sounds about average. It sounds actually probably about what you'd expect. And then I talk really loud, and the volume doesn't really change that much, you know? Basically, nothing changed from the testing that I did, and I'm not sure if anything changed there. Like, if anything, obviously, it sounds louder, but it doesn't actually increase in volume that much. You know? So I'm hoping that worked, so you can get a good example of, like, I finally feel like I got it working. It's also... keeps you clear, yeah. It keeps me audible no matter where I am. If I'm speaking quietly or speaking loudly. Ooh. I also felt like it was super important for me to hang on. The Emeraldian anti-curse. Let's go with the Emeraldian anti-curse. That actually it just makes our damage better when we're doing the dodges, so I felt like it was actually especially important to get the compressor working by E3. And I'm sure you know why, because, you know, because there's probably going to be some pretty hype moments in E3 that we're going to want, and we're going to scream, we're going to shout, we're going to get really excited, and I don't want to completely blow out the microphone. I mean, obviously I can, I've been doing it for the past few years, but... Yeet. But, you know, just kind of get it working and see, and just get it nice. I might be overcompressing a bit too much. I'm not sure. I don't think I am. I'm on like a ratio of 3.0. For everyone who's actually familiar with it, I'm on a ratio of 3.0, and I've got the threshold down pretty low. Actually, let me check. I don't think the compressor should be proccing when I'm talking just normally. Let's do a quick check. Yeah. Okay, so it's not really... It's... Actually, it is... yeah. It is proccing a little bit whenever I'm talking like this. But, we'll adjust it on the way. I feel like at least I've got it consistent, so I can make small baby steps from here. When is E3 anyway? Why do I get the feeling E3 this year is going to be like the level of nice fart, you know it's nice and it's there, but it still fucking stinks? E3 is usually the type of fart that just, you know, it's nice to have. When is E3? So, Microsoft's conference for E3 this year, or their presentation or whatever, it happens at November... Oh, so not November. Now, it happens on June 12th at 5 p.m. BST. They did try to make it influencer focused. So, June 12th at 5 p.m. BST, which is, you know, 5 days or so. No, that's 6 days away. What the hell? The Rat King weapon? Also, there's a Maraud. Oh, that's literally just the Marauder's axe from Doom. Oh, I see how it is. What? Oh god, that's cool. Wait. Is it powering up? What? Look at the movement you can have with this thing. I'm not even sprinting, by the way. So yeah, if you move in the direction you're swinging, you can go mad far. Oh my god! That's incredible! Did you hear the God of War dev is delayed for Thor Ragnarok? Did you hear the God of War devs delayed God of War Ragnarok and people have threatened them and shit? Why are people so content with just threatening developers for no fucking reason? I swear to God. You'd think they'd stop after people were like, hey, don't be a douchebag. But it's really, apparently really difficult for people to not actually just threaten developers. Entitlement. Hello, Corgi. I don't get hit by that. Entitlement. Yeah, I really don't understand people's obsession with just completely ruining the day of developers, especially if they're like, I don't know, it's, you know how it is. You think they still have to being angry about Cyberpunk delays. And that as well, and it's already been pretty well proven that if you just pressure developers, you're not going to get a better product. You're not going to get it any sooner, and you're not going to get it any better. So like, please stop. If you threaten developers, like seriously, just take a step back and reassess your life, to be honest. Ah! It's really disgusting. In fact, if you threaten developers, just get off. Just stop watching. I don't even want you here. Unrailed in the Chino. DDPR admitted they overestimated the task at hand with Cyberpunk. I mean, duh. Who would have thought developers who promised everything didn't manage to deliver everything? Not gonna say I saw it coming, but man, there were a lot of signs. Unless it's Randy Pitchford. I mean, even then, like, don't send death threats to Randy Pitchford. Like, I'll pop a shot if Randy Pitchford ends up going to jail, but I'm not gonna, like, go absolutely out of my way to send death threats to him. You know? I can still hate the guy. I don't know how patient I am with them. I'm still waiting for Atomic Heart and I'm still hyped for it. Oh, and Stalker too. Oh yeah, Atomic Heart, you're right. Atomic Heart actually looked pretty good, but I'm really... I am really unsure about it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure everyone is, where everyone's like, we don't know if this game is still not a scam, you know? Okay, the amount of effects I have on my on my thing is kind of insane. Oh! Stop it! We need to go up. Going up. All the stuff on the screen is making the bitrate not enough. I can honestly understand that. There's a lot of stuff on screen. It's basically a fictional game at this point. Yeah, the devs were up to the same city shit the last I checked. Yeah, everyone keeps saying, like, oh, well, from what we know, most of the gameplay they've shown off of Atomic Heart is fake gameplay. You know, it's not real. Especially the trailer they showed off when they first announced the game. That shit is just like... It doesn't exist. That shit doesn't exist. That was never in a natural playable state. I guarantee it, it was never playable. The gameplay they showed off not too long ago, and by not too long ago, I mean like literally like a year or two ago, like the actual full stretch of gameplay, I guarantee that's probably playable. I think that's probably playable. But that comes with a caveat that that's the only part that's playable, I think. I don't think the game's playable beyond what they showed. God, what a mess of visuals this is. Honestly, I am really not surprised the bitrate is terrible right now. Because that is chaos. Right there. That is actual chaos. Visual noise. Oh, here's Gino. Hello, Fire Gino. Also, the screen shake probably isn't helping that much. I can just brute force my way through these bosses. It's insane. Once they have all their health unlocked, it's just jump on top of them until they die. And we're gonna get poison as well. Let's go. The thing I did here is that they aren't fully hiring people. They're asking people to do one thing and then it's cash in your hand and you're gone. So it's just like a completely freelance game where they're just asking people to come and do one thing and then leave. Which is what you said, but, you know. That's not going to really work out too well, I think. Either that or the game's art style is going to be super, super inconsistent. Even worse if it's for code. Because if like, the code is being distributed piecemeal, and, like, people are developing it 1v1, or not 1v1, one by one, no one is going to have an idea what's going on in the code when they need to fix bugs. That's if it's code. If it's just artwork, then, like, you can kind of get away with that, but, you know, even then, I still don't think so. Trade souls for tome. Yes, because the tome is insane. I don't know if they nerfed the tome, but the last time I used the tome in the previous update, the tome was actually broken. Like, it just deals like 25% of the damage to every boss. What is this? Trade health for max or health for power up. I don't know what this is. I think I'll keep it. Amazon had a terrible way of doing games, which is why they fail at them. Yeah, it sounds like a not very good business practice. Whew. Well, we're just about to loop. Okay, so there was nothing in there. This was the empty room. Oh, I see. The crystal things we have is just what these things do. Interesting. They didn't charge us zero idea what to do, and rather than make his own things, he wants them chasing chance. At this point, I have no idea what's going on in the game. Yeah, it's a chaotic game. Basically, I'm just a big fat melee person doing lots and lots of melee things. I will say that's also the benefit of running guns instead of what's it called? Yeah, running guns instead of melee, because melee is really chaotic in this game. I feel it's a lot harder to dodge stuff with melee. Oh, all their health is open. Okay. Oh my god, it's so chaotic. Yeah, even I don't really know what's going on in the game, to be honest. It's, I'm basically just mashing the spacebar button and hoping the best, because, you know, that's my dodge. They only have one project going on, 2 failed, the rest got canned. Oh, you're talking about Amazon stuff. If you're always dodging, they can never hit you. Honestly, yeah, it's true. It's pretty true. Hey, Cyber. What do we get rid of? Let's get rid of that. I think we can get rid of 1 HP. We don't need this much HP. Oops. Oh, we can get rid of that as well. It's fine. Oh, I lost my melee thing, but that's fine. I love this game. This is a great-ass game. It's a really damn good game. No, I'm not doing that. I've learned my lesson. The last time I did that, I kind of got pooped on, so... Actually, you know what might help make the game a bit more readable? Let's put the screen shake to 0 while we're doing this run. So now you can actually see what's going on instead of just being constantly screen shaked. Smooth. Yeah, now we're smooth, I'm afraid. We hired a better cameraman. I assure you probably still can't tell what's going on half the time, but it's better. At least you can, like, see stuff now. Smooth brain cameraman versus shaky brain cameraman. Oh, what it... Okay. Honestly, I'm surprised how turning the screen shake down actually made the game significantly more readable. It's probably making the bitrate so much better as well. We're actually, we're only on 3 HP. Damn. Hired the cameraman who didn't constantly film horror films with shaky cam. We've got from Macoboy to maybe less, so... Well, bosses also haven't spawned in yet, you know? So, once bosses spawn in again, it's gonna get very chaotic very quickly. Especially considering there's still gonna be 2 of them. Buttons... I don't really like buttons that much. And these are all melee weapons, sadly. But well, I think we should maybe go... Actually, let's go with this. Okay, so now we have a mega long arm. I don't even really need to engage with opponents anymore. Honestly, the best part about the long arm is that you can actually stretch it around corners, for the most part. Like... It still does stop, but you can... You know? Just skadookie them. Ow! I got sucked in. Oh! I feel like this enemy has a vacuum gun or something. Either that or my melee weapon's moving much further than I thought. Ow, let's go in here. Yeah, look at that. I don't even really need to actually do anything with them now. Woo! I guess everything also being away from the center also gives you a bit more readability of the scene, you know? Death? We may die soon, honestly. Oh, you want health for this? You want health for all of them? I'll take unstable beacons because it's not really going to change our situation all that much. We're not really getting health. I don't actually want his melee weapon, to be honest. So I'm content with mine. God, I love the fact that I can just do that now, where I can just be in combat with enemies without actually getting near them. Melee combat, no less. We're going down. Oh! Oh, phew! We got freeze somewhere. If we ever do need burst damage, we're gonna have to go with, Stompies, though. I'm fine with facing you again. Mr. Formless. If that is your full name. Oh god. Woo! Oh! We're getting out of here. We're going to the left. Okay. And we need to go up next. What? I don't like the big hammerhead enemy. They're... Oh, wow. Holy shit. They actually... deleted me? Alright, well, let's just go straight into another round. In fact, let's go back to camp and let's choose a gun again. I like doing a melee one every now and then, but I don't think it's my style, really. It's not what I'm good at, you know? Also, I really like that you can actually change the UI color to anything you want. It's just a really nice feature. You know what I can't imagine? I can't imagine doing colorblind settings for this game. God, what a task. That's gonna be like an insane task if they're ever gonna go get around to doing that. Considering the amount of colors in this game. Definitely a lot less of an Unga Bunga playstyle, but I think it's to be expected. Rat Loot, Incendiary. Let's go with Rat Loot. I do enjoy me some Rat Loot. It's a shame the rats don't really last very long. Unga Bunga playstyle. I mean, don't get me wrong. Using guns over melee is a much less Unga Bunga playstyle, you know? Unga Bunga playstyle, the hell are you, Captain Caveman? I just let him hit me. I gave it to him for free, you know? Just let him do it. Seemed like a nice enough lad. Could deserve the bone. Bunny hopping! Bunny hopping! Remember the two cavemen from Wacky Races? Vaguely. I don't remember them that well. The only thing I have a very distinct memory of from Wacky Races would probably be the Dick Dastardly and the dog. It was also very weird seeing Dick Dastardly in the Scooby-Doo movie. Motley, that's it. I didn't actually watch the Scooby-Doo movie. Dick, okay, Rick. People. But my friends call me Dick. Look at all them rats. They're chomping though. Yeah, I didn't actually watch that movie. I saw it got pretty average reviews and I was like, okay. Sure, I can skip it. Maybe watch it at some point. I love the Scooby-Doo comics and the fact that they have adult levels of gore. Really now. Ow. I didn't know the Scooby-Doo comics had adult levels of gore. From all that I've seen and from all that I've heard, the My Little Pony comics as well, apparently are like really dark. Like a gore and like really horrible visuals, like actual like eldritch creatures. It's funny what comics can get away with compared to shows, honestly. Oh yes, I'm taking the rats. Your Shaggy's an outright stoner. They have its Scrappy and Scooby Dumb are military experiments. Ah! No, no Beetle. Beetle, don't show me how it's done. That's not your job. You know, I'm kind of excited to see... Oh, Ploopy! I'm kind of excited to see Ploopy, honestly. But aside from Ploopy, you know what I'm actually kind of excited to see? I'm kind of excited to see Halo Infinite again at E3. I really want to see how the game looks in motion now. Because, you know, all the screenshots we've seen of Halo Infinite since the reveal, they've been gradually improving its graphics to the point that it actually looks really gorgeous in the screenshots now. Like, it looks like a really damn gorgeous game. And I'm really interested to see how it looks in motion, because that's going to be the kicker, you know? You can post screenshots all you want of your game and show, like, oh, look how gorgeous this is. But if it doesn't look gorgeous in motion, that's the kicker. No one's going to be looking at it in screenshots. Imagine nothing changes at E3. I mean, I still wouldn't be surprised if nothing changes. Not saying I'm expecting the world, but I'm intrigued, you know? Oh, I have to go down. The boots no longer like they've returned to monkey. They do. Actually, they've returned a little bit to monkey. They've got, what's it called now? They gave them goatees again. Ah. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how Halo Infinite's going to be. I really hope that it's looking much better. From what we know and from what people are teasing, and by people I mean the company let a bunch of promotional images for Halo Infinite, and most of them were of multiplayer, interestingly enough. So people are saying there's a good chance we're actually going to get to see Halo Infinite's multiplayer at Microsoft's E3. So that I'm kind of excited for. By the way, the Emocox actually show how the changing pods work, and it's horrific. Where's the Oh, we didn't even destroy one of the beacons, apparently. But I can't leave? Wait, where's this beacon? Does it exist on this level? Oh, it does. There we go. Alright, time to teach Dango. Ah, I got double hit. Okay, they're giving me a bit of a break. I need HP, but I'm not really seeing any. I don't think we're going to get any. I think we're going to have to just deal with it and defeat one of the bosses like this. I had a full thing showing what happened to having to cry before she became what she is. Hello, Ploop. It is impressive how little damage you deal by comparison if you go with guns versus melee. I think if you're trying to speedrun this game, melee is where it's at. Because unless you have specific guns, like the mining pistol. I need this. Oh no. Oh god. Formless is here. Well, there goes Lippy Ploop. Ploopy, my beloved. Please die, Formless. There we go. Woo! So, tip for Formless Prime, by the way, if you don't know how to beat him, or I'm not sure you probably do. But for the most part, you can kind of just walk around in a circle like this for almost every move he does. This is the exception. That and the one where he starts throwing stalactites at you. You'll see in a second. This one. You have to dodge this one. If you don't, you're just going to get hit, and that deals a lot of damage, by the way. That deals like 2 hearts worth of damage. You're not going to want to get hit by that. Back buckler, freezing icon. Let's go with bounce gel. I've never actually seen bounce gel do anything useful. So, sad times, but you know, we can deal with it. The health urgency reminds me of the Binding of Isaac. Every roguelike has its health urgency moments. But yeah, I'm overall really excited to see what Halo Infinite looks like now. I really hope that it, you know, it just looks good. That's what I'm hoping for. That the gameplay actually looks good, that it's not hyper-lethal like, Infinite was, no, sorry, Halo 5 was. That it actually looks like they kind of care. Late Night Gaming actually made a really good point, actually, in terms of Halo Infinite, or just Halo in general, from 343, where they have this, intense urge to just kind of do new things at the expense of old things, if you know what I mean. Let me reiterate. Basically, 343 almost always, they have really good ideas, where they come up with a great idea and they're like, hey, community, here's this really cool thing we've been working on for Halo, and like everyone's like, yeah, that thing's actually really cool. But then they go, oh, by the way, in order to get it in, we had to remove X, Y, or Z. And then everyone's like, okay, well, we'd rather have X, Y, and Z instead. You know? For example, and this was a hot topic earlier on in the year, at the end of last year as well. They actually, I don't know if you know this, but for Halo Infinite, they removed primary and secondary color customization from Halo. You heard that correctly. They removed primary and secondary color customization. You can't choose the colors of your Spartan anymore in Halo Infinite. Obviously, everyone was pissed. Everyone was like omega pissed because like taking out a feature that's been in Halo since the very beginning and expecting people to be fine with that is like you're smoking your own farts at that point. But they were like, no, don't worry, guys. We've got this system in place called coatings. Coatings, you know, they're like skins you put over your Spartan, and they change the color in more dynamic, more interesting, cooler ways. They can completely change the texture of the Spartan. They can make it muddy. They can make it, you know, look like rubber, look like plastic, look like metal, and like everyone's like, yeah, that's a cool system. That's a great upgrade to what we've had previously in Halo games, where, you know, we could only really choose the color. But sacrificing being able to choose your color just for that is really annoying. Like, it's really irritating. And 343 have been doing this for the past, like, 5-6 years at this point, where they always give us something really damn cool, and then on the flip side, they just take away something that was already there just for the sake of it. I'm sure they also didn't really, they didn't intend, why not just add it onto the colors we had effects? Yeah, everyone immediately listed, like, hey, why don't you just do what Doom did? The Doom 2016, where the texture of your armor, you could just change manually anyway. And, by the way, the reason they don't want that is because, well, money. They're gonna sell coatings, so they want to be able to sell coatings. That's the only reason why. So they're like, well, if people can customize their Spartans, they're not going to pay for customization options, obviously. So, you know, fuck that shit, to be frank. But at the same time, the system they're coming up with is really cool. I'm not gonna disagree and say that, like, being able to customize my Spartan to that level of degree, also being able to customize individual parts as well. Like, you know, it was a bit limiting in classic Halo games, or even like Halo 4 and Halo 5, how, you know, you could just choose the colors and that was it, for the most part. Like, everything else was just eh. You can never have really cool color combinations, like, you know, one arm being one color, the other being another, or, you know, stuff like that. Or some distinct pattern over one side of your Spartan. It's a really cool idea to allow you to, this feature, to just allow you to do this. But again, for 3 for 3, apparently that comes at the cost of just being able to customize your Spartan in general. And I don't see why. Aside from the fact that they probably just... Maybe they think that if they let you customize the color of your Spartan, they're not going to get people to buy coatings? In which case, no, people will buy good coatings regardless of, you know, the color of the Spartan. See, people also feel that it actually reduces the uniqueness of Spartans as well. Where, you know, Late Night Gaming did put a good example anyway for this as well, where, you know, whenever he thinks of a certain player or a specific, like, pro player, he thinks of the color that they put their Spartan. You know, like, they have a very distinct color pattern, a very distinct armor set, and stuff like that. But then, if you actually put all the armor colors into coatings instead, suddenly that coating can be used by anyone. It's no longer their coating, or their color scheme. Which I can definitely agree with, to an extent. Yeah, big TLDR, they actually have really good ideas. I do actually think they have really damn good ideas, because there's a lot of stuff they've done that I've actually really liked. But at the same time, it always does feel like they come at the cost of something else. Another good example is, hey, we've added this new cool mode where it's like new campaign missions called Spartan Ops, and it has a story, and it's replayable, and it's randomized. It's really cool. By the way, in order to get it in, we removed Firefight. Like, you know what I mean? It's shit like that. It's aggravating that they do this. Meanwhile, if they would have gone, oh, by the way, here's Spartan Ops and Firefight, everyone would have been like, cool, more content, more stuff to play. Like that's just more stuff. Why should I be mad at more stuff? Yeah. That's why I'm sad that 3 for 3 are still kind of doing that. With the coding system and shit like that. They're still going this route of just taking away something that seems standard for Halo. That we've had since literally Halo 2. And then just replacing it with something else. When it could very easily have been just a feature on top of it. Let us customize the color of our Spartans. And then give us coatings. Let us put coatings on top of it. Make it so it just changes the color or the texture or changes the not the color. It changes the pattern and the texture and stuff like that. I'm actually really glad that these stalactites scale really interestingly. By the way, I was just checking it out. So the original stalactites were small. It used to brings up like 3 prongs from the ground. These ones bring up like 5 or 6 in a different manner and in a wider range. It's not just like, oh, we scaled it up. It's like they actually programmed in what it would be like to have 2 of them. And I'm assuming they also program what it would be like to have 3 or 4 or 5. It maybe has a cap, but I didn't actually mean to go out that way, by the way. He just kind of pushed me. I should be using the Melodizer as well. Stalactites might be my second favorite new item. Ow! Ah! Could you imagine if we got Warzone Firefight alongside normal Firefight? Oh man, that would have been pog. Rise again and serve your master. Man, I really wish Halo Infinite had playable elites. It really does suck that they've been so they've been so firm about not allowing you to play as elites in multiplayer anymore. Like 343, it's like they have a vendetta against elites or something. And I understand the reason why in Halo 4, for example, because in Halo 4 the elites designs were changed to be like really monstrous and ugly. I mean, who would want to play as them anyway? But they just fabricated that problem. Is the real problem with that? They fabricated that issue. Just make the elites like how they were designed in Halo 2 and Halo 3. Bungie specifically made it so that the elites were thinner and lighter and resembled the Runapult. What? I'll take the mining laser, but yeah, 343 specifically designed. Not 343. Bungie specifically designed the elites in Halo 2 and Halo 3 to match how Spartans looked so that you could play as them. And then 343 were like, nah, we're just going to make them look like monsters again. But the Banished, the elites with them are mercenaries and have a contract with the Banished. I was wondering why there was elites in the in their military. Seems kind of odd. But see, 343 actually put the elites back to the old art style where they're, you know, they're thin, they're lithe, they've kind of got the body shape of humans again. So you could logically put... Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, it's not coming. Oh, it was there and then it's gone. Oh no, it's coming back. It's coming back with a force. No, it's going away again. Make up your mind, damn. Yeah, in Infinite, they've made the elites actually kind of human proportioned again. And that's why it makes me so much more annoyed, because they're still saying that elites aren't going to be playable. It's like, you fixed the issue. Come on. Please. 343, please. Give me the playable dogs. I want... Ow. Wow, this enemy is ass. They'd never used the lid long enough for me to see what they did. But yeah, come on, like, just give me the playable dogs. If not, just give me the option to play the playable dogs. I don't need, like... Yeah, I don't need them to be balanced. Just give me the option in, like, custom games. Make Elite Slayer or something. They're so concerned with balance, and they just keep forgetting that, you know, you're making a video game. Video games are supposed to be fun. Like this one. This is a fun video game. You think they care if they introduce something that's broken? The answer is probably yes to a certain extent, but like, no. You know? Also, these are very different games. I know that. Boo. Get out of here, you disgusting little thing. How the Banished work is that all the stuff they have is either stolen or equipment of the species they work with. Yeah. I thought that those crystals were mine, by the way. That's why I just stood there and took it. Ugh. This actually isn't doing as much damage as I thought it would. I think maybe mining laser is better. Maybe. Actually, a mix. Like a full mag of mining laser and then, I need the HP. Oh, you guys didn't drop HP? Oh, disgusting. That's fine. Yeah, the banners are very cool. What happened to Atriox, by the way? I know that he's in Halo Wars 2. What happened to him? Is he still alive, or did he bite the dust at the end of Halo Wars? Because I'm wondering why he isn't the antagonist. He's still kicking. Okay, so why is there a reason he isn't the antagonist of Infinite? He still input custom job on Covenant Tech, where they use the tech that come with the likes of the elites and such. He has generals. And the current guy is one of their generals. Right? No! I didn't want to get rid of that. It's fine. I wanted to get rid of the bounce gel. This one is probably going to die very quickly, by the way. We only have 1 HP, which is not enough to work with. Especially on loop difficulty. 2 helps. Ow, 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 ow. Nope. I think so. Yeah, that kind of makes sense then. It's thanks to 2 Brute brothers who took an army and broke into the quarantine crash High Charity that the Flood are back. I did see the cutscene for that, of them kind of opening High Charity and the Flood bursting out again. Wait, where's High... Wait. I thought we killed High Charity. Or destroyed High Charity. Why is High Charity back again? Did High Charity not get destroyed when we destroyed the Flood in Halo 3? I thought that was the entire reason we activated the Ark. You destroyed the ring, not the Ark. And High Charity's on the Ark. Right. Makes sense. Curious. You were on the Ark for Halo Wars 2. Ah. And that's why High Charity's there. Got it. Halo doesn't really communicate its story very well, I'll say, in Halo 1, 2, and 3. So, I was just a bit unclear of some of the circumstances. Oh, I have to pay. Get a coffee for accuracy optimizer. Ooh! This turns this into a beam, basically. Or almost. I think one more will turn it into a beam. Cold Oil Piercer. So, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm probably wrong at this point. I thought that these black portals took your HP when you did them. I'm guessing now you can activate them for free, but one of the items inside of them, which is really good, you are required to give your HP for, or give an item for. I keep thinking they still require, you know, me giving them my HP to open. Man, yeah, I do gotta say, Halo 1's story is not communicated well. Oh my god, yes, absolutely. Okay, it's gonna require me using, giving them my HP, but... Oh, it required giving them my rats. Okay. You lit the reactor or reactor on high charity, but yeah, that didn't kill them. They continued to spread more before the Sentinels quarantined it. It's sad that Halo is such like a persistent franchise where it's going to exist for eons to come, because there can't be any significant developments. Like, we're still going to be fighting the Flood like 30 years from now in the newest Halo game. You know? It has been like 3 games in a row at this point where they've been like, oh thank god the Flood is dead. And then like, surprise, the Flood isn't dead. Ow! I really wish that especially considering that Halo 2 actually did make a significant permanent change, that 343 kind of reversed to an extent. Like, you know, the elites now oh god, I forgot that their things aren't mine. Like, you know, the elites no longer being an enemy. But then 343, I guess, also Bungie did to an extent within Reach. But Reach was a prequel, they can get away with that. But 343 were then just like, you know what, we're just gonna make the elites the enemies again for no fucking reason. Even though the brutes were a worthy substitute. That's the kind of shit that annoys me. Where, you know, the series tried to make permanent changes, but then 343 was like, no, the elites are too good for marketing material, we gotta keep having them. Oh man, you really want my, my nuke launcher, eh? It's tempting considering it actually doesn't seem that good. Let me go out this way. What were the, what's the reason that Halo 4 has elites again? As enemies? Are they just people who didn't get the memo? Or are they just like, we don't like being friends with the humans. We don't like not being in a state of constant war. We also don't mind working for the brutes again because, I don't know, we're fucking idiots. People they had the Elites Award granted, but why the fuck are they trying to continue the shit at what the Prophets tried? Are they still trying to do the Great Journey? I mean, not at this point. We know that the Banished know that that's a lie. But like, in Halo 4, were they still trying to do the Great Journey? Were they still trying to do it after everything? Come on. Come on. Give it a rest. They were still after forward attack. Yes! Where's the thing locking me in? Ah! There it is. Ow! No! Wait, no, I didn't die though. I had health. Damn. I got pooped on. And so I think we got the dude I don't remember the name of. Oh, Julam Dama. Him and the foreign dude, Didact. Didact and Julian Dama. Julian Dama died in a cutscene in like 2 seconds of gameplay. And Didact died in a cutscene in 2 seconds of gameplay. Remember when we actually had to fight the antagonist instead of, you know, put down our controller, open up a bag of Doritos, and just watch them die? Remember when Halo 5 wasn't the most disgustingly falsely advertised game of literally all time? I'm actually surprised they did not get, like, fucked for that. Like, capital F. Because if No Man's Sky was getting outed and advertised, or not advertised, but getting noticed by the, you know, false advertisement group. I can't remember what they're called. Just, you know, the people who moderate that. If No Man's Sky ended up like that, why the hell didn't Halo 5? Because Halo 5 is like 20 times worse. Genuinely, like, considerably worse. Duel and Dama never seen again after the Forerunner. Oh. Game crash? Okay, the game crashed. Interesting. Julian Dama has never seen again after the Forerunner dude showed up. No, he died. He died in a cutscene. He's seen in Halo 5 for 2 minutes. Ah, that's generous. 30 seconds. I mean in Halo 4. Also in, I suppose, yeah, not in Halo 4. Wait, no, wasn't he... Julian Dama was in, Spartan Ops. That's where he was. He was in Spartan Ops. I'm pretty sure he's in Spartan Ops for, like, a significant period of time. He's the main antagonist of Spartan Ops. And then dies outside of Spartan Ops. I like our 3 for 3 at that point. We're like, no one cares about Julian Dama. Just kill him in Halo 5. Like, no one gives a shit. And then people were like, dude, why'd you kill off Julian Dama? And then the 3 for 3 at that point are literally just, like, sitting there scratching their head like, why the fuck did you care? Why did you said you didn't. And everyone's like, but we did. And they're like, we don't understand you. That's probably the moment where they all were like, you know what? Making Halo games is not fun. Making Halo games is a curse, not a benefit. You were after his hand like his lieutenant. I'm sure his hand had more development than he did. By the way, his left hand. Not his right one, though. His right one can go fuck itself. Julian Dama is the Snoke of Halo. Julian Dama's the, Vomit of Halo. Or 3 for 3. Also fuck 3 for 3. No, I'm kidding. I don't mind them, but come on. What a mess. I genuinely thought that Formless Prime was a normal enemy for like half a second. I was like, oh, let me just shoot him and kill him. And then he wasn't dying, and I was like, oh, right, he's the boss. Duh. The developers has actually stated that this game is actually inspired by Monster Hunter as well. Like, you know, them being really big monsters you have to avoid attack patterns for, and you have to hunt them over a period of time, and you have to kind of build up to fight them. It's cool, but if they did want to go with a bit more of a Monster Hunter route, they could maybe do something like give them new moves over time. I'm thinking of ways where you could extend the fight without just making it so you're just fighting them, you know? Oh no, wait, you're right. The Jewel of Dama was in Spartan Ops? I'm pretty sure that's where he came from. Is where he like half originated from Spartan Ops. But Spartan Ops was so inconsequential. Spartan Ops was pretty inconsequential. As in, you probably don't even need to care about it. How much is 25? Oh, I'll be back. I want that. So we're actually going to be playing through Spartan Ops, by the way. Me, Bipin, and Speedy. I'm thinking we're going to wait at this point for me and Speedy to finish Halo 2 and 3 before we move on to Halo ODST, and then we're just going to play ODST in triple co-op. And then we'll play Halo 4 in triple co-op, and then Spartan Ops, and then, you know. Ow! I don't know, I just sat there and took it. You know what I find funny too? What do you find funny? Is it Jewel and Dama? Is it the fact that Jewel and Dama has Dam in his name so you can make a Damn Daniel joke? Damn, Jewel. You get more screen time than Katana in Halo 5. Give me Tome. Tome 110% of the time. There's never an instance where you can give me Tome and I will not choose it. Unless it's like... Is there an instance where I wouldn't choose Tome? Maybe... I would maybe still choose Tome if I got lucky there, the shield saved me. I would maybe choose these crystals over Tome. Maybe. I'm not sure if they're that good yet. I'm not sure if they're Tome levels of good. But I feel like they would out DPS the Tome pretty quickly. Excuse me? They introduced Locke and the two female Spartans on his team. We introduced Master Chief's team and Buck, and none of them have been teased with Halo Infinite. Yeah. Actually, no. Locke has been teased, by the way. Locke actually has been seen in Halo Infinite. But not as Locke. So... Dear God. So... I mean, I think they maybe took it a bit too far. But Locke in Halo Infinite... you know the antagonist of Halo Infinite, the brute guy who's like got no hair, he looks just hairless brute. I think he has Locke's helmet on his shoulder. Like he actually has Spartan Locke's helmet on his shoulder. Which, you know, tells us that he probably killed Locke. In which case, like 3 for 3, come on 3 for 3. We don't hate Locke that much. Come on. You didn't need to just kill him. But he's fucking dead. He's fucking dead. I guess it's another example of like 3 for 3 doing the exact same shit that they did with Jewel and Dama. Where people were like, hey, we do kind of care about this character. And then they're like, we thought you said you didn't. And then the community's like, yeah, but we did. I feel like people aren't going to be happy that Locke died. Because, you know, 3 for 3 at that point could have just, you know... Just because the audience doesn't like a character doesn't mean you need to just kill them. You can just try again and make them do something more interesting and then get people to actually like them. That's how character design works. That's how character development works. That's happened in countless media. I've seen tons of shows where characters were really hated when they first get introduced and end up becoming super loved by the end of it. Because they just stuck on and they held on and they actually finished the arcs they were going for. Tier 3 does no development whatsoever, and Old Yell as them. Yeah, it feels like Tier 3 is just super amateur when it comes to like the writing at this point. So sad. I kind of hope Locke is alive and he just gave up his helmet or something. Like, he was beaten in a fight but he wasn't killed. So that they can actually do some, you know, character development for the character they did no character development for. And expected people to like them. Or he's a prisoner. Yeah, as long as he's not just straight up, oh, by the way, he died off screen, you're welcome, then I'll be happy. Because him giving away his Spartan armor on, like, purposely could be a good character arc. If he's a prisoner or dead, what the fuck, where the fuck's Arbiter? I am concerned for that as well. I am wondering where Arbiter is. It's a shame because they reintroduced him in Halo 5 and I was like, oh, he's kind of interesting. He's not like the greatest character of all time in Halo 5, but they can do so much more with him. He was with Arbiter's ship at the end of 5. This is true, he was with Arbiter. Actually, no, they were all together at the end of Halo 5. Master Chief, Halsey, Arbiter. You know what actually kind of pissed me off about the Halo 5 ending? More than anything? How when Chief comes off the ship, and like everyone's standing there, Locke, Arbiter, Halsey. The person who comes up to Chief is like Halsey, and then they end it there. What? Doesn't Arbiter get to do anything? Arbiter literally hasn't seen Chief in like 5 years, like 7 years. He thought he was dead. Well, he didn't think he was dead. He knew he wasn't dead, but you know, he hadn't seen him in so long. And we're gonna focus on Halsey instead? Fucking Yawnarama, dude. I want Arbiter and Chief, not Chief and the old woman who tortured children. You know the biggest Forerunner thing? The Guardian? Is that what you're talking about? I believe a Guardian has been spotted in Halo Infinite. I'm probably wrong though. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember people talking about it. Maybe they were just talking about how it might have been in Halo 5. This one is ass, by the way. At the end of Halo Wars 2, they have Anders activate the Sentinels and she gets teleported away to this location with the thing she was on. I think I've seen that, where they did actually see a Guardian at the end of Halo Wars 2. You know what I'm most interested about? I'm wondering if they're going to change the art style of the Guardians. They've reverted all the Forerunner art style stuff to what it used to be in the Bungie games by screenshots they've shown off recently. Like, it looks like just updated Halo CE Forerunner tech or Forerunner visuals. So I'm wondering if the Prometheans and the Guardian are going to get a changed art style to represent this. But believe it or not, I'm actually not too adverse to the Prometheans coming back, because I'm actually interested to see how their art style could change. How 3 would make them look more Forerunner. Oh yes, absolutely. Ah! Fucking hell, they actually did that? I hope their weapons don't look like fucking garbage. Dude, their weapons are honestly like the coolest part of them, are the animations. The way they reloaded and the way they kind of came together and there were individual parts. It's really cool, but yeah, I hope that it's better in terms of, like, balance as well. We've mentioned it many times, but the 343 games really just don't care about balance in terms of creating a coherent sandbox of weapons. I fucking hated them. I quite liked them. I liked how they looked. Aside from the fact that they looked identical to every other fucking Promethean weapon. But yeah. I'm hoping that the weapons look different and that they actually have a place in the sandbox. They actually do something original, as opposed to just being Promethean versions of UNSC weapons. Stop making Covenant weapons just... Yeah. Stop making Covenant weapons just UNSC weapons, but slightly different art style. That's not what they're for. The plasma pistol isn't the Magnum. The plasma rifle isn't the assault rifle. And they should never be. That's my main gripe with like most of the 343's Halo games, aside from the art style. It's just... the weapons just don't have any like definition to them in terms of gameplay. They're all just kill, kill, kill. And then the Promethean weapons, don't even get me started on the Promethean weapons. They're literally just an even more watered down version of that. It's horrible. They're cool design though. I think they got cool designs. I would not mind if they stayed mostly similar. Make them more beamy, actually. That's a good point. Just turn them into what we already associate with Forerunner weaponry, which is beams. They keep forgetting that all the stuff they're trying to change and alter has already been in Halo, and that they can just adapt from. Make it so most of the Forerunner weapons are beam-based. Like 343 Guilty Sparks beams, or the Sentinel rifle. The Sentinel gun. You know? We already have stuff in place for that. That should be the case for the bandits, but they have a distinct red and white paint job and extra armor. Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of the weapons they showed off in the Infinite reveal looked pretty damn good for distinction. I am a bit worried for the Covenant for the burst rifle. The burst carbine it's called. It was there for like half a second. I'm not sure if you noticed it in the trailer, but Chief used it on a Jackal, a burst carbine, which is exactly what it sounds. It's the Covenant carbine, but it fires in burst instead. And I'm really, really hoping that the burst carbine isn't just the battle rifle, but for the Covenant. I hope they've done something interesting with it, like it's just really good at bursting shields at long range. Maybe give it no headshot multiplier, you know? So that it's not easy at killing. I am worried, but we'll see. We'll be able to see soon. It's not like we have to wait very long. I doubt that. I have more hope than that. I'm optimistic. I am optimistic, but I'm not, like, holding my breath for it, you know? Do I trade my lotions for souls? The answer to that is probably no at this point. I haven't played Halo in ages, still love it. Honestly, I'm actually surprised how much I still love Halo as well. I've been playing a ton of the MCC, especially multiplayer. You haven't been seeing it, but I have been playing a lot of MCC multiplayer offline, and I still love it. At first, I wasn't really a big fan of Halo 3. I was kind of sad about that. I was like, it feels very weird. It feels like I can't really do much. But then I eventually got the hang of it, and I realized like how to work with the terrible Halo 3 netcode and how to work with the battle rifle. And suddenly I just became a killing machine, and I was like, you know what? I'm really enjoying the game. I'm actually really enjoying it again. And it's so nice that I actually do finally get to enjoy Halo 3 for real, for proper this time, instead of when I was younger. You know, I was gonna have one of those moments where I was like, maybe I just don't like what I liked when I was younger anymore. You know, maybe I'm reaching that stage where the nostalgia and the rose-tinted glasses have worn off. But then, you know, finally everything clicked again, and I was like, you know what, this is clicking. It still feels and plays really damn well. It still holds up really well. Halo 3 was my first Halo. You played since the original CE. Yeah, I did. I played the original CE first, for sure, on my home PC when I was younger. And then I played Halo 3 for the most part. Also, I am changing my mind. We're gonna go with the souls. If I can find the other one. There was another one, right? I saw a second soul. I guess not. You had a PS2 at the time, so I didn't play Halo till I got a 360. Yeah, I still really love playing Halo 3. Ah! Ow, that really hurt. Halo 3 is probably the my favorite old game that I've played. Can't really think of any other game that really just gives me the same like feeling that it does when I'm playing it. Really kind of roomy and nice, and it plays so clean, and it just feels really nice to play. Really enjoyable. Oh, sorry. I'm just mashing buttons. So I'm buying a bunch of stuff like coffee so that I can have more stuff to sell when it comes to looping. I've kind of realized that you have to plan looping in ahead to a certain extent, where you have to pick up items that are kind of useless. Or not useless, but not very build heavy. So that you can scrap them later on for the looper. From my experience so far, I would say that looping in this game is a bit too hard, maybe, but I feel like that's just because I've made really dumb mistakes whenever I've actually gone to a new loop. I don't feel like it's actually the fault of the loop being too hard. Like the last time, or during the stream the last time we looped, I was just being stupid and I just got hit twice in like quick succession. So I'm not sure if looping is too hard or if it's just me. I'm going to assume it's the latter. Okay, so the mining laser is for sure better. Yeah. Look at that. Insta-death. What an actual burst. Where's second boss? Let's go get him. Let's beat him up. I actually really enjoyed using melee and using spikes because you can actually melee at the same time, which means your damage output gets absolutely jacked to hell. Monkey? Shame this boss kind of counters that playstyle. Oh. Ah! Yeah, this boss isn't good to jump on. We do a lot of AoE stuff. Like that. Ah, I'm taking too much damage. Ah! Gaming. Is this the third floor? Yeah, I think it is. Let's go with the bullet lotion. Let's head up. Go up. Oh. Mining laser. I think I would say the mining laser is maybe my favorite item in the game. It's really damn good. It's probably my favorite weapon. It's just really fun to use. Either that or the combat rifle. I really like the combat rifle. I'm not giving you my thing for a button, or for an icon. Oh, I was actually given icons. Oh, Spirit Bombard. I thought it was an icon. Spirit Bombard is actually really good. So we have an icon and something else. I think we can give away the coffee. We can give away the icon, and then after that, it's like maybe an HP or something. I do think it's important that we shouldn't take that much damage here. I think my runs have mostly ended in this, or on the loop, because I just didn't have enough HP to start out with. So we should prioritize actually keeping all of our health, I think. It is a little bit hard considering these enemies are actually kind of strong. Nah. I'll take the stealthy. I kind of need it. Sorry, I kind of need it. Sometimes I slur my words a bit too much and it probably becomes a bit too unreadable. I'm sure most people understand me though. Especially when if I'm overcompressing, it might just sound like noise if I'm not careful. No! Fuck, I got hit. That's fine, we can get health. I'm gonna ignore these enemies. Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight to the final room. There we go. Oh god, that's a lot of damage. Gotta keep an eye on where I am. Ah, fuck. Okay. We actually have a lot of HP this time around. Granted, we're probably still gonna get donkeyed, but we shall see. Let's hope we can get rid of the correct items, to be honest. So, I want to get rid of coffee. If I can. Icon and coffee. That wasn't what I wanted. Let's go to the icon if we can. No, we just lost our best item. Man, that's hard. And we're not activating you. Okay, so we unfortunately kept probably the worst items. I'm not gonna blame that if we die, because honestly, so far it's coming down to just shit gameplay. I just can't fight against these void enemies that well. They're really strong, and they just have really weird attack patterns. They're really well designed, though, to be honest. If I'm struggling based on their movesets and not just like dumb luck, then they must be designed pretty well. I always like it when enemies have difficulty just based on their movesets and not some artificial thing like their health. Because boosting an enemy's health and boosting their damage is not a way of doing difficulty. Giving them harder to react to moves is what makes enemies harder. Yeah, let me reload this and then do a yeet. Oh, he moved. Also, they're very quick to move out of the way if they spot you. I thought he was gonna jab at me, and he did. Unlucky. Ah, I got jabbed. Really low on HP. Ooh. You want me to trip my mining laser for this? I'm gonna do it. Well, I took smart bullet lotion. Stone tablet. Apocalypse stone tablet. I'm thinking maybe we go tablet. Two tablets. Holy shit. Because tablet is actually really good. If we just kind of stand in a corner, we can cheese our way through a fight just by the tablets existing. They are that strong. Again, unless they got nerfed, but they the tablets are really strong. Especially considering they tend to just completely dumpy a boss's health. I don't think I want the nuke launcher. I think I'm fine without it, honestly. Okay. Apparently the boss is already on really low health. No! Having this dude hit you is, like, actually insane. Yeah, if you let the melee void character hit you, you are dead. Capital D-E-A dead. I think he takes off, like, 4 or 5 HP a hit. Probably the most dangerous enemy in the game, actually. If I had to say it. I think they're probably the most dangerous enemy in the game right now. Even the bosses are, like, kind of a joke in comparison. Especially since the melee enemy doesn't really have a telegraph. I think he lifts his hammer up, but it's hard to tell amongst the, 40 other things I need to keep track of in any given moment. Luckily, I have a pretty good weapon to repel enemies with, which is the anti-void blaster. Contrary to popular belief, I don't really want to fight two of you at the moment. Especially if I can help it. Go in here. Let's hope there are no... Okay. There is. In second place is this dude, the katana guy. Ah! The katana guy is also pretty damn strong. Oh, I wish these weren't trades. Like, I really wish these weren't trades. Or at least some of them. I feel like I can't get any items. I'll trade this for Thunder Soul. Thunder Soul is really good. I'm gonna have to keep track of my ammo because the anti-void blaster doesn't carry a lot of it. Where is... There it is. There's the beacon. Okay, so they're all low health. Let's try and get that this matriarch down. Like that. Let me out of here. There's a triple anti-void blaster. Let me just get rid of the enemies. God, the way they reposition as well every time they fire. I don't get to actually hit them when they're on cooldown. Going with the triple anti-void blaster. Absolutely 110%. It's just the anti-void blaster, but better. So apparently this is our build. We're going with all anti-void. Which makes sense because the void enemies are honestly kind of the hardest right now. This is where Jace is, right? Is this the only time we're actually going to get items? Because if so, I actually think I kind of want to buy out your shop almost. Unrailed and shielding. I forgot what this does. Lasers when blocking. Oh, shit. Well, that's a useless item we have to get rid of. Although it is an item we can trade, so if we ever find anything we can trade it for, we should take that. God, it's so good! First time we've beaten a floor on loop. Let's go. We also have 2 spirit insurance, by the way. Trade power for max health? Absolutely, dude. We don't need Emerald and Shielding. Emeraldian. I'm not trading you my anti-void blaster. Is this dude gonna cop? No! How many? Oh, I'm 1 off. Ducks. Well, we actually got a good loop going.
This place fills you with an acquainted feeling, an urge to look into the sun for too long.
I'm wondering if there's going to be some sort of upgrade to the final boss. I'm not sure if we're going to see it. You know, we could easily just burst die and get screwed. But I would be interested to figure it out, or to find out. What's in here? This is actually a really good item, but I'm not trading my tomes for it. My tomes do too much damage to warrant it. Get rid of this dude quickly. Quickly, quickly. We can't have him standing around for too long. He is a priority 1 target. Honestly, priority S even. Priority 0. He is, like... Even if there is, like, 2 bosses on the screen, he is the actual true target. Because if you just leave him be, he'll hit you from off screen and just, like... That's it, you're done. If he doesn't kill you outright, you're then at such a low HP that the boss can just, like, hit you immediately after and you're dead. It's not a good trade to have him on screen at any time. So I guess I should swap to my triple void blaster to get rid of him. If I really want to just burst down a target. Whew. Good health for that? No, thank you. Ah! Any other things I haven't collected yet? Kickstick. I don't really think I want kickstick. Ah! Let's reload anti-void. And let's get out of here, actually. Let's just go. Hey, Jace. Hopefully Jisoo has something good for me. What is that? Weapon Quadzuka. I have used the Zapper before. It's actually pretty good. Let's go with Snake Bullet Lotion. We do need the extra DPS. The other Void dudes, not anywhere near as dangerous. I'm fine with taking them on just like any normal enemy. They're for sure more annoying, but they're not that much more dangerous. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say they're easy. Saying that would be a lie. Ah, I got hit, but that's fine. Ow. Oh my god. Excuse me about that. Oh! That was the sneeze I was trying to hold back like an hour ago. It finally decided to come into view. Or I guess, into audio. HD. HD sneeze. Oh! Is he dead? No. Oh! Yeah, the anti-void dudes are mostly just enemies you have to slightly play around, I'd say. You know, it's not like every other enemy where you can kind of just do the same thing. You do sort of have to play around them, but not to a massive degree. We gotta go down. I'm taking? I'm taking lots of really superfluous hits. Or as Northern Lion would say, dumb damage. I'm actually surprised that Northern Lion hasn't played this game yet. It's kinda sad. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, and they gave me their blaster. It's actually a pretty good gun early game. Very good, even. Late game, probably not so much. What are you offering me? Nope. Vault rounds? I will take it, because cryo rounds are really good. But it is a hard sell considering the HP we are currently on. Oh god, no, oh god, no. Fuck! Go in here, go in here, go in here. Oh my. Yeah. Oh god, there's another one. There's so many! Yeah, I think whenever you see him, you kind of have to be super aggressive. Go for him instead. Because he's going to go for you, regardless of what you want. Shot flipper. These are all pretty inconsequential and not very interesting. I'm not going to make a big difference. I've also realized that cryo rounds aren't actually that good with this build, or with the anti-void build, because it's kind of rare that we even get one, and we can't build it up effectively. We should kill Blooming Achino first. Like that. Did he didn't drop any health, did he? No. Ow, ow, ow. I really do want to kill him for a while. That was bad. Like that. Nice. Okay, this should be fairly easy pickings now. I don't really see Magamoth as a really big threat, personally. Especially considering we have 2 tomes and really high DPS. Although they are very damage absorbent, apparently. Oh god, what? Oh, it was a void dude. I thought that Magamoth actually attacked me during their transformation. I was really confused. Oh no, I jumped, but it was too late. Oh shit! Ow. Forgot about that. Oh no, I'm not giving you my tri-void. I'm not giving you any of my voids, actually. You can pull off with that. Not giving you tri-void. I am kind of sad that it's all trades. I really can't afford giving trades. I need more items, if anything. And it seems like Jace is the only way to really get items. I think we have to give this to him in the hopes that he'll pay out early. Yes! Oh. Thank the stars. That's how we needed that. We absolutely 110% needed that. Okay, what's different? Just more enemies? Okay. Does seem to be just more enemies. Bullet lotion for Voidcaster. I don't think I need Voidcaster. I've got Anti-Void Blaster. Or I guess Anti-Void Blasters. Let me take out the Tri-Blaster just in case there's an enemy we really need to burst down. Ow, ow, ow. What are you? Oh man, I really wish we had HP. Okay, just the same boss. Okay. This is the same boss, we just got more anti-void enemies. Let's do the same strat we did last time, where we just lag it. We only need to fight the anti-void enemies in the room where we're fighting them. And it's not going to be this room. Absolutely not. We're moving over. Holy crap. I can deal with the scorpions. Okay. This gives me a lot of time to do burst damage. No. I don't like the amount of anti-void enemies. Oh god. I think we got this anyway. I mean, we have to have it. Yeah, we got it. Second loop! What happens when we second loop? Same thing? That's fine, we're not using it anyway. That's fine. That's horrible. I'm sad that I was so perfectly accurate on the first time I did loops, but then I'm suddenly not accurate anymore. Second loop! We did it though! We're there. At the very least. The game actually lagged for a second. So, what happens to the bosses? Are they now 3 bosses instead of 2? Because that would be pretty interesting. I think after the stream of Voidigo, I think I've had my fill for the until the next update. Oh god. I think I'll have had my fill. No. Just one boss so far. Oh, I just took a really bad shot. Back to the center again. Let's go to the left. We are also running out of Tri-Blaster. This is very bad. Oh no! No, thank you. Okay, we have to kill them. Yeah, that's it. We do have one more life, but that's don't expect us to live this. This is. I'm just jumping. Yeah. 3 of those dudes in the same room? Oh my god. It was good though. What a damn fine run. At least we've experienced the second loop. We still haven't seen what the second loop has to offer. I'm imagining that maybe we get a 3rd boss instead of just having 2. But, we'll never know. At least not for now. Fun though. I can't believe I have 254, of whatever that currency is, and we're not able to use it yet. Maybe it's not a currency. Maybe it's just like a here's how many runs I've done type of thing. Like a very average, or an average amount of bosses I've completed. No, it has to be. You have to be able to spend it on something at some point, right? Surely. Some sort of perma upgrades or perma new items. Also, more expansion to this area because like there's clearly a lot more that can be explored and added here at some point. But yeah, Voidigo, still a fine game. Alright, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day.